Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Molly and today we are doing a very exciting video. We are going to be doing another rereading vlog because I am just in the mood to reread all of my favorite books right now. We're going to be doing the Happy Place rereading vlog. This really happened because the paperback in Happy Place came out. Please don't fall, please don't fall. Okay. When it originally came out, it came out in hardback only. So this is what I originally read it on. And then literally, I think a week ago or so, the paperback came out. Look how much smaller it is. So I just kind of decided I wanted to do a reread. I've already started it because I started reading it when I was at school this morning. And oh, I forgot how much I love these characters. Just like being back in this world and being back with these characters. Oh, I forgot to say too, this is going to be a full spoiler reading vlog. So if you have not read this book yet, if you have not read Happy Place, skip off and go read it because it's one of my favorite books. I literally love it so much. But I wanted to do like a full spoiler reading vlog, just kind of like talking about some things and just like fully reading it and annotating it. Also because Emily Henry's next book is coming out in April. Like literally her and like half of the authors of the world are all publishing books in April for some reason. So this is the book that we're going to be reading. When I first started reading Happy Place, you can see I like pretty much fully annotated it. I want to look at some of my annotations. Oh, this is my friend's willow-haired, like, just all the little tabs. And then I've started kind of annotating this one too, but I decided I didn't want to do any tabs, or kind of decided because I didn't have any tabs with me, so I didn't do any tabs. But I did kind of like underline some things, like the first page, I underlined like when she's talking about the cabin, a cottage on the rocky shoreline with knotty pine floorboards and windows that are nearly always open, the smell of evergreens and brine wafting in on the breeze, and white linen drapes lifting in a lazy dance. The burble of a coffee maker and that first deep pull of cold ocean air as we step out onto the flagstone patio, steaming mugs in hand. Like, that is such a way to open a book. That is such a way to open a book. I love this book so much. And then, like, my favorite line, kind of like a couple paragraphs under that, the most important friendships in my life all came down to a decision made by strangers, chance. And she's talking about like her college best friends. And this book is literally so like found family, so like post-grad. And all of her best friends she's talking about she met in college. And just like being, because I remember this book came out last summer. It was kind of around the time I came back from study abroad. And I was just feeling very melancholy and like missing all of my friends. And I'm still kind of feeling that way. I mean, I'm a little bit different because I've made more friends here and like being back in college and being back with like my friends that I haven't seen in a while and stuff like that. But I definitely still miss my friends. And it is crazy how for like most of your life, the friends that you make are never really like friends of choice. It feels like it always just feels like friends of chance. Like your college friends, your high school friends, your friends, your coworkers, your like neighbor, like so many best friendships can come from just like random chances and from just like, I mean, my best friend I made because I sat at the same lunch table as her freshman year and we ended up just being like really close. And like one of my really close friends, the only reason I'm friends with her is because we got shoved into being roommates because we were the only people who were like around the same age, like studying abroad. And like there's just so many different things, so many like random chances. Like my parents only got married because they were at the same bar at the same time on the same night and they just like saw each other. And like it's just so crazy how like the most important people in your life you only meet by chance. Just like so crazy and wild to me. But just all the things in this book are just like, I just went through and just like underlined so many things. And the way like the banter, oh my god, the freaking Emily Henry banter is like so alive in this book. And just like the way she talks with Sabrina and Cleo, and I am getting frustrated all over again. Especially, I feel like I'm getting frustrated more now on the second time reading it with like Sabrina, because I can totally tell that she knows. Like, it's now that you like read it the second time. What did I write? I wrote something like she literally did like, oh, when she put them in the bed in the same like room together. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, we put you in the big bedroom this time. Like, meddling number one. She knows. Like, it's so obvious that she knows. And when Cleo kind of starts like realizing what's going on a little bit, like I don't think she realizes like exactly what's going on. I highlighted it too. She was like, Cleo's mouth quirks faintly, like she's not fully convinced by my display. Like, she's like, there's something going on with you two. Like, there's something happening. And just, oh my god, just everything. And just the freaking Emily Henry language. Like, I forgot how much I love her writing. And just the way that she says things. Like, let me go back to the stuff that I highlighted it. Oh, where is it? Not have broken my heart like it was a last minute dinner plan. Not have made me love you in the first place. We were kids when we got together and things are different now, and it's time we accepted that. Like, I'm obsessed with this book. I'm literally obsessed with this book. I've already lost the person I expected to marry. I've already moved across the country from all my best friends. And now this house, our house, this pocket universe where we always belong, where no matter what else is happening, we're safe and happy, that's going away too. The very last person I want to see, when Connor, my fiance. She cracks open the door and grins at me. Why are you looking at me expectantly? Why aren't we going inside, Sabrina? Oh my gosh, I just like so many good lines. In mere moments after the longest year of my life, I'll be reunited with my favorite people in the world and our favorite place in the world. I love this line too, because this just like literally sums up Harriet in an entire sentence. And like the reasons why I love her so much is because I can literally see myself in her. I'm more likely to get a bladder infection than to ask a person to get up so I can use the lavatory, like in a plane. Like, literally, she just like, she is definitely Mirrorball. She's so Mirrorball character. I remember before this book came out, she did like an interview, Emily Henry did, and she was like talking about her next FMC. And she was like, she definitely gives, oh my god, the house is all that's left of us. Ugh. She definitely gives like Mirrorball energy. Oh, and this totally too is like her summed up in a freaking, this is like a paragraph, but I'd hope to have a quick trip to see them before flying back to Vermont, her parents. But they're so excited. I end up spending 2 months counting down the seconds in Indiana, and then fly directly to Maine to meet my friends for Lobster Fest. Like, she was planning on leaving, but her parents were so excited, like, she couldn't leave. Like, it just, like, all these things. And I forgot that Sabrina had a crush on Wynn. Like, I completely forgot about that, too, which makes, like, no sense, because their characters are so fundamentally different. And normally I do my best to put people at ease, but there's something rewarding about throwing him off balance. Rewarding and charming. Just talking about Wynn, like when they first met each other. Regency, aeronaut, in a lot of ways he ruins me. Oh, I'm gonna keep reading. I'm on page like 62, but I just, oh my god, I'm already obsessed with them again. And we haven't even gotten to the just like thinking about all the scenes. This book is gonna make me cry again. I can already feel it. I cried the first time I read it. Probably gonna cry the second time. But we are going to go and read. I think I'm gonna sit in the living room and read a little bit, and also eat my Easter candy, because it's like 2 days after Easter and I still have so much Easter candy left over from everything. So I think I'm gonna eat some of that and read in the living room, and I'm so excited. I just love this book so much. But yeah. So I'm back from nannying, and I thought I would do a little bit of a reading update. Oh, sorry y'all. I'm just like, I love this book so much. I'm trying to... Okay, so my favorite scene in the entire world in this book happened like not that long ago. I gotta find it. Where is it? Okay, I'm gonna read it for you. Arms up, baby, he says gently. He peels the ruined white t-shirt over my head, runs a cool washcloth over my collarbones, collecting what's left of my mess. I can barely keep my eyes open. Did you get me the shirt about the rodeos? The I've been to so many fucking rodeos shirt? I got it, he says, arms back up. I must not lift them high enough because his rough palms catch the undersides of my biceps and ease them over my head. Then the butter soft fabric is being tugged down around me, pulling across the top of my thighs. I love this shirt, I grumble. I know, he says, sliding my hair out from under the collar. That's why I brought it. Oh my gosh. And then, what was the other one? I think this was in Happy Place. I also forgot, this is like one thing I really like about this book. I forgot that it was split up in between Happy Place and Real Life. So like Happy Place is like the past, and Real Life obviously is like today. And so in Happy Place it goes, he's a golden boy, I'm a girl whose life has been drawn in shades of gray. I try not to love him, I really try. Dude, I love this book so much. And like, I feel like so many people have said this is like a completely different Emily Henry, and it literally feels like a completely different Emily Henry. And I really hope Funny Story is like this, because I love this book so much. This generally is probably one of my favorite contemporary romances, because it's just the found family. There's so much like going on, like all the characters are so enigmatic and just amazing, and I love them so much, and just all the little like things going on in the background, and like Win and Harriet. I love Win and Harriet so much, and just like everything, I just love them so much. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep reading. Hi guys, it's like so much later. I just wanted to read. I forgot about like some of these moments, but this is like halfway through the book. We're on page like 254, and they're talking about their wedding, right? And Win goes, maybe I used to think there'd be a perfect time or place, but now I think if you really want to be with someone, you don't wait for things to be perfect. His eyes come to mine. I would have married Harriet at a drive-through chapel in Vegas the day after I proposed if she wanted. And then he says, like, Parth says, then shit, what's stopping you? I'll find you and Elvis online today. And Win goes, because that's not what she wants. And this is when like everything, I remember when I first read this book, this is when everything started clicking for me, because I feel like when you first read the book, you're kind of like trying to like put the pieces together. And I remember when I found out it was when I found out it was like an exes to lovers, which is like not really one of my favorite tropes, because I feel like there's always like some just old resentment that just gets kind of like brushed off the table. But this, I feel like they really like, they talk about every hurt and everything that happens. And I feel like with this, they really like talk about like what's happening and like what's going on. Also, they did the scene where she goes home and oh my god, her parents just make me want to like bang my head into a wall. And they also remind me of like one of my best friends from high school, her parents. And I remember my first time reading this, I literally took a picture of it and sent it to her, and that's what like convinced her to read the book. Was literally that. I think I like took a picture of like one of the paragraphs of like the last chapter, and I was like, you need to read this, and she was like, what book is that? And it's like one of her 5-star reads now, but I'm gonna keep reading. I just wanted to read that to you. Okay, so hey guys, it is now the next day and I finished the book. I literally read it in one day. And I finished it last night, probably like 11:30 or something. I gave this 4 stars. I think the first time I read it, I also gave it 4 stars. It's not a 5 stars for me just because I think because of the miscommunication. And I understand the miscommunication in this book is just like very obviously, like it makes sense. But that's kind of like one of the only things I just still about this book. Honestly, it's like a 4.5, 4.75 for me. I love this book so much. I love these characters. I forgot how much I love these characters and I love this setting. And it's crazy when you read a book and you start kind of like feeling the things, like when you're rereading a book and you start like feeling those things that you had like when you were first reading it. I think the first time I read this was July of last year, like June or July. And it was like middle of summer. I was nannying. I was like at the pool a lot. I was like really tan. And I was like thinking about all of that. And I literally just like, oh, I can't wait for summer so much. I can't wait for like June. Like, you know, like the peak of summer when it's not like too hot yet, but it's like that perfect, like June is like one of my favorite months. I love June. Anyways, that's not what this is about. But yeah, my final consensus was, oh my god, sorry. I'm kind of sick too. I don't know if y'all have noticed. I was kind of sick last night, woke up this morning. Thought it was allergies. I think it's still allergies. I just think it got like a little bit worse. I am one of those people that as soon as like spring hits and the pollen starts like collecting, I'm out for the count. So that's where we're at right now. But anyways, I think my final consensus for the book is a 4.75 or 4.5, something like that. I don't know, around that. It wasn't exactly 5 stars for me because I'm very picky with my 5 stars and I get 5-star feelings from books when I give them 5 stars. For example, the Boys of Tommen series, Red, White, and Royal Blue. It's another book I've rated 5 stars. This is when you know you're picky, when you can't like remember. Oh, Queen of Shadows, like that was a 5 stars. The Storied Life of AJ Thickery was another. Fourth Wing. Sad to say it, but I liked it. Yeah, just like literally all of those. Are those my only 5 stars? Jesus, Molly, you know you're picky when you literally cannot. Oh, Magnolia Park series, like the Addicted Callaway Sister series, those books are over there, so that's why I'm looking over there. But I just am very picky when it comes to 5 stars. I'm very picky when it comes to 5-star feelings. So this is resting around a 4. But I really enjoyed this book, and honestly, if you have not reread this book yet, go and reread it, or go read it. Just literally just go read it. This book is so good. It made me appreciate it so much more, I think, the second time around. The first time reading it, I think the first time when you read a book, you kind of like miss a lot of things, and there were so many more like deeper connections in this book that I just really missed the first time. And this time around I was just like, oh, like, oh, what were things? I was literally thinking about it this morning. It was like things that she was saying. What was it? Oh, the big thing when she's so like, the big thing in this book obviously is like they have like the miscommunication, they like break up, or Wynn breaks up with Harriet, and Harriet's just kind of like, what happened, like having a 4-minute phone call, and Harriet like for months is kind of just like holding it into herself because she kind of like blames herself. She's like, it's got to be my fault, like there's no way it was Wynn. And you just kind of realize they were both kind of messed up and there was a lot of things that they both needed to address before they kind of got back together. And I love how this book, how it's not like, oh, we're an easy fix. Like, I hate in books sometimes when the main characters are very like insufferable and awful at the beginning of the book, and then they just like magically fix themselves throughout the book. This book was not that. This book is very, they're both very deeply flawed people, and they both have things that make them that way and reasons that make them that way. I mean, when he's always grown up his life feeling very inferior to his parents, his sisters, he's always just felt kind of like he was the pretty boy, the golden boy, the jock. Like, he wasn't really this intellectual person. Like, he's just always kind of felt like he kind of just like coasted on life. And Harriet has always felt like she is responsible for everything, like every sorry, I'm like wheezing. Every time I breathe, I'm like wheezing. She just like very, oh my god, when she was talking about how she would like clean the house for her parents so that they wouldn't yell. Oh my god. Ugh, I started tearing up last night. And when Wynn's dad died, I think I cried when his dad died the first time, but I was like literally tearing up again when they were talking about it. Parents dying in books will always get me, like without a shadow of a doubt. Every single time it will get me. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry, I literally cannot breathe. My wall is up there, but that, and just them trying to like find each other, find themselves almost. And when it finally clicks for Harriet, oh my god, I was literally screaming about this last night on the phone with my best friend. When it finally clicks for Harriet, and Harriet is like, I don't have to change myself to make other people happy. I don't have to sacrifice pieces of myself and my happiness for other people. When she finally understands that and it finally clicks in her head, like when she is thinking about why she wanted to become a brain surgeon in the first place, and the only thing she can think in her head was like, I always just wanted to be safe, happy, and loved. And she always just thought that, oh, if I do this, then this will happen. And she finally is like, that's not how that works though. Like, that's not going to happen. You can't do something because you're expecting other people to really care about you because of that. And that just whole thing, oh my god, tore my heartstrings to pieces. And just like, I love how you get kind of a look into all of the characters. Well, all the you don't really get like a Parth, like you don't really, but Sabrina, how kind of like goes into Sabrina, and it's so, I love how realistic like the friendship, like not breakups, but the friendship like fights were. Like when you're fighting with someone you care so much about and you're trying to like scream in their face, trying to get them to like understand what you're saying to them. And just like all of that, and just like the things like trying to be like, I don't know. I don't even know. My head is like all over the place, and I'm also literally sick, as you can tell me wheezing for breath over here. But yeah, that is my consensus. That is my reading vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed. I really enjoyed reading it. Honestly, go and reread your favorite books. They put you in such like a happy mindset. But I love y'all, and I will see you later. Bye!